And so for the fifth and final time heat race for the senior Rotax, Zav Chapman-Lewis from Will Forber, Luca Osborne-Price, Ryan Hedge, Michael Morgan, Angus Scrivener, Ethan Martin and Alex Duncan on row number 4. Row number 5, Alex Adams-Acton from Alfie O'Brien, Pearson Bullock-Carter, Ewan Charman, Tom Pryor, Stefan Kazmarczyk, Charlie Webb, Ewan Richards on row number 8. Row 9 is Archie Walker from Neum Notai, Deacon Russell, Joe Fox, George Donald, Brandon Klein, Niall Vaught, Angel Naguar and Luke Bate on row number 12. And there's the rest of the field. Lucas Ellingham starting quite far back there, number 99. They charge over the line, our final qualifier, and it's going to be a wave round. Another abandoned start there, drivers jostling for position. So a few of the top drivers in the senior Rotax starting a little bit further back in this one. One notable name there, Lucas Ellingham, pretty much at the back of the field in this final heat race. It's going to be very important for him to get as best a position that he can in this fifth and final senior Rotax qualifier. You would say really that if you're as good as your weakest race really, so if this is going to be his worst race starting from the back of the field, if he can salvage a decent position out of this one, that'll be very important for the final, which is, of course, our final race of the day. Later on, of course, race number 34, but that's a long way off, of course. We've still got this final heat race, which could spell all the difference between a final or repechage and another wave round. Now, there will come a point, of course, where the clerk of the course might stop the drivers and have a word with them. We'll see what happens this time. Now, of course, this is a very important race here. This is the final heat race. This could make, for the top drivers, makes all the difference to where they start in the A final, our final race later on today. The drivers in the midfield, they'll be desperately trying to avoid the repechage. Any driver that's had a bad race, the DNF, for example, they really do need to get as good a result they can to avoid that repechage race, as it could, if they fail in the repechage, and that's their day over. So here we go, the final heat race for the senior Rotax. We've had 5 heat races for these drivers, and of course a lot of drivers looking to get the practice in ahead of the British Championships next month. Here they come out to the final corner. Let's hope this time it's a clean start. Here they come over the line, and this time it's good. Tyre smoke flying though as they go into the first corner. Oh dear. Well, they all stay on the track. I thought that was going to be a big one there. The drivers in about 5th or 6th place, all locking up. There's drivers on the grass going out to the willows. You saw the tyre smoke going into the air there when they piled into the first corner. The stewards watching that one quite closely, and a few little smiles on the faces there. Don't know if there was any sort of action needs to be taken about that, though. I don't know, but everyone seemed to get through just about to the first corner. Although one driver that is under investigation is the number 9 of Pearson Bullock-Carter in the midfield. Of course, we'll receive further notes if anything further is taken from that, of course. But Will Forber leading at the end of the first lap. Luca Osborne-Price in 2nd. Angus Scrivener with a good start. He won the previous heat race, of course, in 3rd position. Pearson Bullock-Carter charging through to 4th place on the first lap, but is under investigation. Got Alex Adams-Acton, Ryan Hedge, Ethan Martin, Stefan Kazmarczyk, Tom Pryor making his way through. Looking further down the field, Lucas Ellingham moving up to 19th position, so making up about 10 positions on the first lap. As 82, Will Forber, still your race leader, but coming under pressure from Luca Osborne-Price into the final corner. They make their way over the line. 5.5 minutes to go here. So not too long left to go in this race. Number 49, Angus Scrivener, still there in 3rd place. And down the inside, oh, neat little move there into Derek's corner, and Luca Osborne-Price takes the lead. Look out for Angus Scrivener, who's been on top form today. Looking good in 3rd place. Out to the final corner they go. A little bit of wheel bang in there in the midfield as one driver goes wide, but Scrivener now into 2nd place. And it's still Luca Osman Price that leads the way. Ethan Martin in 6th place to set the fastest lap of the race, 40.97. And it's still Osman Price that leads the way, but look out for Angus Scrivener here. All over the back wheel, trying to find a way through here as they make their way through the Dan Weldon corner. Tagging on to 3rd place now is Pearson Bullock Carter, who is also very well placed here as they make their way down towards Kimbolt in the final corner. And Osman Price guards that apex, but opens up on the outside here. Scrivener could find a way through, not quite. As Osman Price guards the line and holds that inside line into the first corner. Extremely defensive, but goes wide on the braking. And that will allow, it's a fight for the lead now, and taking the lead is Pearson Bullock Carter, number 9, your new race leader. So Bullock Carter leading. And after all that, number 18, Alex Adams-Acton goes from 4th to 2nd place. Angus Scrivener also went a bit wide under braking there, so he drops to 3rd, and Osman Price, I think, is in 4th. Oh, neat move there down the inside there from Scrivener on the final corner. So over the line they go. Rest of the top 10 fighting through, and again you see Scrivener guarding the inside line. That's going to force everyone to bunch up behind him a bit now, and it's getting very close on the edge of the top 10. This is all great news, of course, for Pearson Bullock Carter, who gets a little bit of a respite here to try and pull away at the front of the field. Scrivener desperately trying to hold on to that 2nd place and charge after the race leader. 3 minutes plus 1 lap remaining as they make their way down the TKM straight. It's all very close here in this final heat race for the senior Rotax. Lucas Ellingham up to 13th place. Ewan Richards also on the charge as well as they make their way through to complete another lap. So Bullock Carter leads the way. Scrivener in 2nd place, Adams-Acton in 3rd, Martin 4th, Walker in 5th place, Wolf Orber, Charlie Webb, Luca Osman Price, after the outbraking manoeuvre on the first corner last time out, has dropped down to 8th position. 9th for Deacon Russell, 10th for Stefan Kazmarczyk, Ewan Richards, Tom Pryor and Lucas Ellingham rounding up the top 13, with Ryan Hedge and Liam Notai rounding out into 15th place. Guy Cunnington, who was up there in the previous heat race, is currently in 16th position, with Brandon Klein-Nagelvort a bit further behind as well. So some of the front runners from the earlier heat races, of course, with their lower grid positions this time, are down in the midfield. 2 minutes plus 1 lap remaining in this final senior Rotax heat race before we go through to our finals later on, as they go charging through the willows. And it's all looking very close. We've moved towards the closing stage now. 1 minute 50 plus the 1 lap remaining as they make their way through towards the top corner. And it's all looking very close. So the 155 there coming down towards their Osman Price. Final stages here. And action throughout the field here as number 7, Archie Walker, with a neat move on number 18 there, Alex Adams-Acton. Ethan Martin, Charlie Webb, Luke Osman Price all charging away. Pearson Bullock Carter leading the way, but Angus Scrivener can't be discounted from this race with 1 minute plus the 1 lap remaining. I'm going to have a look at the times when they come through. I think it's going to be 2 laps to go here. It's 55 seconds on the clock right now. It's going to be tight here as the number 9 of Pearson Bullock Carter comes into the final corner, charges through. Oh, I tell you what, I think there might be still 2 more laps to go in this race. We've got 43 seconds on the clock when they went through. Driver out of the race though. I have also had a technical flag for Joe Fox, number 113, picking up a technical disqualification. But there is a driver out onto the side of the track just by Derek's corner where the drivers are now. So there is a yellow flag. So no overtaking on this part of the track. The number 9 still leading the way are Pearson Bullock Carter. And I think the stricken driver on the grass outside of the edge of the track might be Ryan Hedge, number 118, dropping out of contention. As Pearson Bullock Carter still closely followed by Angus Scrivener, Alex Adams-Acton in 3rd place, Archie Walker and Ethan Martin rounding up the top 5. Down into the first corner they go. And Bullock Carter still leading the way, so there was just a handful of seconds on the clock there when they went through, so 2 laps to go, still The Wade Yellows, as they make their way through Derek's corner, that stricken cart of Hedge is just on the edge of the track there, so in a bit of an unsafe position. So there are Wade Yellow conditions for those drivers as they make their way through. And down the TKM straight they go once again, heading towards the final few corners. And Pearson Bullock Carter, number 9, still closely followed by Angus Scrivener, number 49, as they make their way through, take the last lap board. Down into the first corner they go on this final lap, and Pearson Bullock Carter, I've heard nothing else about that investigation from the start of the race, so still leading the way and looking clear at the front of the field. Angus Scrivener still keeping the pressure on in second place. Still the Wave Yellows on Derek's corner for the final time. They make their way up towards Dan Weldon corner on this final lap of the race. And it's still Pearson Bullock Carter that leads the way. Angus Scrivener, Alex Adams-Acton, Archie Walker, Charlie Webb, Ethan Martin and Deacon Russell, 7th place. Meanwhile, Pearson Bullock Carter into the final corner. Great drive for him to take the checkered flag. So Bullock Carter takes the checkered flag. Angus Scrivener in 2nd place. Adams-Acton 3rd. Archie Walker, Ethan Martin, Charlie Webb and Deacon Russell. Ewan Richards 8th. Lucas Ellingham, great drive for him, up to 9th position. And Luca Osborne-Price, battling for the lead early on, goes for 10th place with Guy Cunnington and Tom Pryor just a little bit further behind. 13th, Brandon Klein, Nigel Vaught and Stefan Kaczmarczyk rounding out the top 15.